old school, so you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby.
Tommy Bonacci, welcome to Watercraft Network, man. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Just got thanks for the nice, quick tour of your awesome facilities out there. Really, really cool.
Yeah, thanks. It's still getting dialed in, but it works.
Hey, so tell me, how did Bomber come about? Like, what was the catalyst for it? Wait. I bet I know. You like me, probably lost 7,000 pairs of Ray-Bans and Oakleys back in the day, and you just said, I'm sick of losing these things.
Yeah, pretty much. It sounds like the telltale story, to go with. But realistically, like with me being a racer guy back in the days, it kind of came through my off season. A lot of times, a lot of my friends were contractors during the day, during my racing era or whatever, when I was racing. And so they knew when I wasn't racing in the off season, they'd be, hey, can you come help us on jobs? And so basically I went on a job site this one time, and I needed to do a bunch of grinding. I needed safety glasses, and the guy gave me some safety glasses that were just ridiculous. And so I go, I'm going to make some better safety glasses. And so I came back the next day with some Spy scoops, that stuff. I was sponsored by Spy at the time, and wore those on the job site and got a lot of feedback from everybody. And basically the idea was planted from that experience. And then from there, it kind of developed into the story, like you said first. Hey, let's figure out how to make these glasses float. So, and that came really quick. So that was the phase two of the first industrial glass development.
It's pretty neat that it came from the safety glass line, because not a lot of us realize that's where that you make a product line specifically for personal protective equipment, eyewear, safety eyeglasses. And tell us a little bit about that. How's because most of the people within the industry are familiar with the floating Bomber sunglasses, but anyone who's in that line where they're required to wear safety glasses, it'd be cool to know about your product.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, so that's what we are. We have lenses that'll comply with all the rigorous testing of to be qualified as a safety glass. So that's kind of where we started, and where our line is pretty extensively thick of all kinds of options. So and some of a lot of those glasses float as well too. I mean, because the patented foam lining that we put on there that offers the flotation feature also provides like an ergonomic comfort and grip for use for all day long as a safety glass. So that's kind of what we're known for, is that type of safety glass. We almost like get kind of classified as like a strapless goggle safety glass or safety glass type of line. And so that's what we're really known for in the industrial industry.
And that must be, that's one thing. When you're out on the water all day and you're wearing Bombers, unlike other brands, that comfort factor with that foam that you guys, that you put on the glasses, man, I mean, the back of your ears or the bridge of your nose never really get fatigued. They're just such a comfortable, eyewear to wear. I'm sure you hear that a lot of that feedback.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah, no, I mean that's kind of what it's all about. It's like we always, a lot of the sales guys, they use, it's like it's that that foam, the comfort, that's really more so more of a benefit to the user, even in the flotation, because how often are you actually on the water, and so
right.
So it's just like we're sitting on chairs. If you have a chair and it don't have foam on it, it's less comfortable, and so if it's built out of wood, plastic, or metal, your ass is going to hurt a little bit more, so
right
so same thing with your face. So yeah, it becomes kind of like a comfort thing as well as its traction, because it's an EVA closed cell foam, just like the traction pads you put in the trays of your jet skis and stuff. So it does the same thing. So like a lot of the the features, like I don't know if you need to show it, but I mean, if you're like shaking your head, it's sticking a little bit more, and so like little moves and whatever you know, they tend to go sliding off, and every time they slide off, they have a potential of breaking or scratching. So it's like, or of course falling in the water, but so keeping them on your head is good, and keeping them comfortable so you can wear them all a long time is obviously going to save your eyeballs a lot longer. So that's what
Well,
we're
yeah.
all about.
Yeah, yeah, and we really like the comfort of them. I mean, so it's good to know on your website, and we'll insert the link on the screen, that not only is there casual eyewear or for motorsports, but also the industrial grade stuff. So good to know. So hey, so tell us a little bit. You've been running closed course for you're like a dinosaur. Like that's not an insult. I started running in '93. But
No, no.
so I mean, how do you still keep up with the young guys? What's your secret?
It was weird. Like it kind of came by mistake, because I didn't ride. When I quit, my last year of racing was like 1999. I kind of like hung it. I just kind of hung it up at that point, and I didn't race for a long time. And then I would I'd go to the World Finals and just kind of watch and stuff, and so I was kind of involved with the industry a little bit. But then some friends of mine, the guys, from IPD, Casey Malden and all those
Yeah.
guys, they came out to our river house out in Blythe, and he brought a bunch of, skis, and I have jet skis and everything, but he had his blaster, and they're like, we had buoys set up and stuff, and he's like, hey, you want to ride this blaster? I go, yeah, let me try that thing. And so I went, I rode it, and I was like falling at first. I was used to riding like HXs and trying to ride the thing differently, and then I figured it out. And then once I figured it out, I started kind of laying down some laps, and they're like, I came in, they're like, whoa, like, hey, you want to race this thing? And I go, oh, bitch, I'll love to race it. And so that's how I kind of got back into it. And so the blaster that I ride, the spec, and then I was also riding the GP class or whatever on his open blaster with a 3-cylinder, and the 2-cylinder class was great, because that my ski is really good. I mean, it handles good, it's quick, it's fast, so I usually get pretty good starts. If I don't hole shot, I'm usually pretty much right up in the front. And so with jet ski racing, as you know, I mean, you start up in the front, it makes your life a lot easier. So I just get out there in the front and just lay down the laps. Usually I especially in the West Coast, I pretty much pull away and win by, a long way, and a lot of times I even let everybody go, and then I just pass everybody and still win, and it just it's just fun. So like once I start riding, like it kind of like it's like I go back in time, like I don't feel my age, which it's like I until like later after a day or so, then I'm like, oh man, I'm sore now, but
Right.
so it's like you don't forget how to race or ride or lines. You kind of like just the guy in front of you, get him, pass that guy, and then on to the next guy, and then you just outside, inside, and if you have a ski that's good like mine, it makes your life easy, and it just makes it fun, and I guess that's my secret.
Hey, so you got to tell me a good give us like your best West Coast back in the day, running those X4 hulls, and when the HX came out and all that secrecy. I remember photos in Splash magazine with the bottom of Fichetti's hull was all covered, and you give me a good West Coast story from way back when.
Well, I mean, it really goes to, I mean, the development of the HX, and it was with Bullet, with Danny Gawicki, who's really kind of a haul guru, and I was just kind of like the test pilot, test monkey guy that was willing to just like whatever, just go for broke and figure this thing out, make it do whatever it was doing or not doing, and then give them the feedback. And so we were really a good rider, engineer, or mechanic team. And so that I mean, we went as far as like, I mean, we were bolting 2x4s to the side of the thing, you know, right there on the side of the leg. We were, we actually took cinder blocks and bolted them and took like ratchet tie downs and ratchet them right on down to the back, trying to weight the back of the boat to figure stuff out. I mean, we were adding big old like pellet bag fulls of weight to the front. So we were just trying to figure out the CG and what this boat was trying to do, and why we were developing that hull. That was probably some of the more guru story. I just remember, like, I mean, we had nothing was pretty. I mean, it was pretty crude and ugly. And that's the trick of it. A lot of the other teams I worked with, they would have an idea and then they want to go back and polish this idea, spend all this time making it look pretty, and you go out there and test it, and you go 2 minutes on, you go, oh, that doesn't work. And with Gawicki's at Bullet, it was like, all right, we need to try weight up front. We need to try weight in the back. We need to put lift strakes in the front. We need some kind of some kind of a training wheel bow line to be lowered. So we built a 2x4, you know, on parts of the hull to figure out where the water was breaking on, you know, on the side of the boat and stuff like that. And so those were the best days. So I mean, it was really like, because like it was times you were just like going, oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this. And then and ultimately, I mean, that boat basically was, I mean, we sold that boat for 5 times for what it was worth the day after the World Finals when I won on it in 1995. And just because it was so good. I mean, I could have drank a beer in the other hand on that boat, you know.
Handled that well, huh?
Handled that well, and it went that fast, and it was so perfect. And I mean, to this day in the Sport GP, that hull is the premier hull to our HX hull to use, you know. So
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool story. So hey, listen, you know, we're doing a holiday contest. We did a little Christmas card with your featured your products, some Jet Renew products, and Scott, you know, threw us some stuff from Blosian. So you know, Nanette's going to help us pick the winner on January 20th. I'm wondering if you'd like to cast a vote and give us your input, you know, and we'll send that person some product, you know, some of your shades, some of her, you know, Nanette's Jet Renew, and some cool swag from Blosian.
Oh yeah, no, I already told Jody I'm in for sure. You know, I'll definitely contribute.
He said you had some snowman theme card that you're coming up with. I don't know anything about it, but I mean, is that in the works?
No. No, I saw the thing that you guys did with the elf, you know, story or whatever. I thought that was awesome. I mean,
yeah. Well, you didn't have to dress up in the elf costume, so of course, you know. But no, I'm just kidding.
Power to you guys for doing that. That was great, though. But I mean, you know, you gotta have fun doing what you're doing, and I mean, it's perfect. It's very holiday. I mean, we're gonna use that picture for some holiday post, you know, leading up through the holidays right now. So,
well, hey, thanks for taking the time. You know, especially, you know, right around the holidays. We know you're busy. You just got back from overseas, probably a little jet lagged. So, you know, thanks for taking a couple minutes to talk to us. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And hey, and also thanks for, you know, all the event support, not just, you know, events we're affiliated with, but I know that you do a lot within the industry, you know, sponsor-wise, and, you know, I think that's really, you know, the grassroots events are really, from our perspective, where, you know, the support from businesses like you are just invaluable. You can't put, you know, a value on how, you know, how much that really helps the long-term success of the grassroots events. So kudos to you, and thanks for, you know, giving back.
Yeah, thank you.